Hi, my name's Claire, and I had a hip replacement surgery 4 months ago for grade 4 osteoarthritis in my left hip joint. It was posterior approach surgery, and I had a titanium ball and socket joint in a private hospital in Nottingham. I've just turned 50, and I was diagnosed 3 years prior to my operation, having been very active with athletics, martial arts, rugby, and running half marathons, which probably contributed to the wearing away of the joint. I've released 7 videos so far on the run-up, the actual operation, and the early rehab and recovery after the operation. So if you're interested, have a look at the playlist we're attaching. In this video, I'm going to show my progress where I am now 4 months post-op. Sleeping before the op was just quite uncomfortable, really. Not painful, but uncomfortable. But straight after the op, it was just horrible. And I had to sleep facing upwards the whole time, lying on my back. So I had a big pillow under my knees. But now 4 months post-op, I'm sleeping well. I can sleep in any position. I can lie on my left side and it feels great. So stairs before the operation, I was holding onto the banister and probably walking up like this before the operation. After the operation, or I dreaded it really. So my bedroom's upstairs, going up with 2 crutches. It was very time consuming and painful. But 4 months post-op, there we go. Putting socks on before the operation. I couldn't get past 90 degrees, so I was really kind of using my upper back more than anything. After the op, not a chance. I can't remember when I was able to. We'll stick a little video of the device I had. But now, 4 months, I get great angle here at the hip joint, so well past 90 degrees. Socks aren't a problem, and shoes aren't a problem. It is easier sitting down still, but still only 4 months. So you can't reach your foot. Stick that on the floor. Put your toe right to the end. And then just slide out. So I was given 6 weeks sick leave. And being young person-ish, I thought I was superwoman. I am actually a sports massage therapist, so I do know a bit about the body. And I was thinking I'll be back in 3 weeks. So I was booking clients in my diary from 3 weeks. But it turns out I'm not superwoman. So I started seeing clients again after 6 weeks, maybe 2 a day. But for me, the main thing from where we live is walking to work. And it's about 1.5 miles there and then 1.5 miles back. So walking to work was the problem. And I actually thought I would never be able to walk that far again. I've always been one to check my steps, and I do like getting 10,000 steps a day. 1 week post-op, I was on around 2,000 just getting around the house, really. It probably wasn't too bad. Then I made little trips outside the front door, but as you can see from the graph, I've gone up to 12,000 now, and my PB at the moment is 18,000. So I'm doing really well. I'm walking wherever I want to. Sometimes get a bit tired, and especially uphill, even sometimes a little bit, I feel a bit out of breath or my blood pressure feels like it's dropping. But they say the anaesthetic can stay in your body for up to a year.
What are you doing?
Just dancing.
Oh my word.
17,000 steps today with a few hand movements, PB, and we are tomorrow at 12 weeks post-op full hip replacement. So hiking is one of our favourite activities. We take our camper van out and have some great adventures. So to be able to drive a long distance and plan wherever we want to go to do a great hike is amazing. And we've done a few of those again since the operation. Just after Christmas, when I had my hip operation, I was on crutches. There were some really frosty days, so I made a decision to not go out and slip over. Then, as my walking progressed, and we decided to go away for days, I'd make sure the walks were flat because going up slopes was still really difficult. But our last one, 4 months post-op, was up a gorge, and it was over tree stumps, over a brick wall, and yeah, kind of any terrain now. It's still going up steps is still a bit tricky, really, but progress is amazing. But the moment I don't use the crutch, you can see my hip, it's not strong enough yet to hold my weight.
Are we nearly there?
Nearly. You're doing good.
Yeah. So it was in the kitchen that I stood on one leg for the first time. It's funny the things you remember, and the goals that you make. So I was using cabinets to walk around without crutches, but for me to actually stand and balance on one leg, it was day 34, and I stood for 10 seconds, and that was enough. My new rehab is standing for 2 minutes on one leg, and it's not a problem. So I do it with my eyes shut and move my foot around as well. Able to walk around, okay, like so, without my crutches.
Show off.
It's amazing. Before the op, I'd caught up with lots of manual jobs because I knew I'd be pretty useless after the op. And it's just so nice to be able to do normal things. So we've spent a lot of time in the garden recently, which includes things like chopping trees down, building a new chicken cage, lifting heavy plum slate around the garden, and all that is completely manageable.
Just watch where you feet are, the progress you are.
Wow. One of the biggest things that I never actually realized would be a thing was me not thinking I've had my hip done. So it gets to points in the day and I go, oh, I've got a new hip. And because I've completely forgotten about it, that just shows how much progress I'm making. The three main precautions that are given post-op for a posterior approach hip replacement would be to avoid flexion past 90 degrees, to avoid adduction, so crossing that midline, and also internal rotation. Well, as you can see, I've just done those and my hip's still there, so that's a good sign. I think it was something that was given pretty strictly to avoid in the first 12 weeks post-op, but it is something now that is getting a bit more relaxed, because the moment you're told those three things, you kind of worry all the time. And it's at the back of your mind, and it actually means that you're probably not rehabbing as best as you can. So now it's a more relaxed approach, and things to think about really are just avoiding extreme positions. So I've been doing all that. I've been crouching in the garden, lifting heavy things, but I do watch really where my feet are pointing, and I move my feet before I move my body. So that's something I do. One of the rehab exercises I've been given is to go onto a lower surface to do squats. So as you can see, my hip is bending past 90 here. And also to progress that could be to carry a weight at the same time. So I'm not even resting in between, and just touch the surface and back up. I've progressed from a clam where I remember I could only lift about 2 centimeters to doing a full clam, to then doing side lying leg abductions like so. And then one I've never done before that I was given not long ago was a clam, but without putting your heels together like so, where you're pivoting, you just lift the top leg, and I'm still finding that quite hard. But that's progression, that one. One of the biggest surprises I had post-op was my first physio appointment, where she asked me to lift my leg up straight, and I just couldn't lift it off the floor. That was something I hadn't even tried. It wasn't one of my rehab exercises. Then I got to a point where I was doing 5 like this, whereas now getting to, I don't know, 80 degrees maybe. Still feels a little bit wobbly, but the movement is a lot easier. I've done glute bridges from quite early on. using both legs. So really your non-operated side is probably doing quite a bit of the work. Then it went to lift that leg out a bit, so you are putting more weight through but still supported. Then it was push up with 2, straight and 1, and back. So it's taken some extra weight at the top. And then that's progressed on to just single leg glute bridges with a hold at the top. So it's all feeling a lot stronger. In fact, the physio said to me last week, my operated side is probably stronger than my other side now, so I need to be doing both equally. But I feel like I've made massive progression, and all the doubts you have before the operation, I'm so glad that I actually went through with it. So they say full recovery could be up to a year, and I'm 4 months, which means I'm only a third of the way through, and I can really do everything I want to be able to do now. So I'm going with the rehab. That one thing I will say is you do get a bit complacent, because when you can do all the things you want to do, you forget about your rehab. You've just got to keep working. It's all the fine tuning around the joint. Okay, so this is just my journey, and everyone's journey is so different. If you're having a hip op or you've had an operation already, please comment below and tell me your journey. I really like engaging with people from anywhere in the world, and if I can give any of my own experiences and pass on any knowledge I've got, I will gladly do that. So fingers crossed with your op, and I hope your rehab's going really well. So thanks for watching. We'll be putting more videos on in the future, and please subscribe, like and comment.